Okay, what happened? Alright, we questioned her. Bossu.
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Was me? Or was it... Wait. Was me, right?
Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
What about the original?
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memory 6 years ago.
Oh, I think
There has to be some kind of connection.
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really. You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all 4? Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer?
Yes.
You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
You're a liar. You're a liar, Bossu. It is me.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection. Between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
It's either him or me. Why did the original icon...
The Sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes a subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia, and why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all.
Go on.
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C. This, of
Okay.
course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C.
Got it.
Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
Got it.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier,
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
Are memories real?
Pewter, you said that memories happened in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
I see.
Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in
But they closed
reality, it was dropped
They closed
completely.
Yeah. They closed the red figure.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
Didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Pewter shook me from my thoughts.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
I headed to the sink room.
Hey Iris, about that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
Then what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news. But I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No,
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
Ah, okay.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
Why me?
huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
Awkward.
Date, could we make a stop first?
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Wait,
Why
what?
do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse.
What? Yeah, I mean, true.
Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. Alright, sure.
Iris nodded and pulled out her phone. Is she sending a now message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she was going to Marble, so... I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
Where's Mama?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama's always depended on the kindness of strangers ever since she opened Marble. Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
What was that thing about?
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
You're trolling me. What the fuck are you guys doing? Jukai. Marble. 941 to 248. Okay. I was lying on the sofa.
Where am I?
My head was killing me and my memory was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck. I shot up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama.
It looks like you're awake now.
As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. What time is it?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course.
Where's Ota?
Ota? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
True.
Date, the boss is calling.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video. I sent the address to Iba.
No fucking way.
Iris. No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Iva, the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
I think Mama and ran out of marble.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please, please let me make it in time.
Oh man.
That sick bastard.
Oh, a burr. A bear?
Tessa! Hold on! I'll save you!
Ota!
Stay away from Tessa! Ah!
He's faking it, dude. My heartbeat was pounding in my ear, shaking me to the core. Bet you he's faking. Feeling of time itself had disappeared. Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. Again?
No, it can't be. No. Stop!
She dead.
No!
Oh god, here we go. Two cars. Who's that? Who just got cut up? What the fuck? Oh, Ota got cut up?
Ota.
What the fuck?
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you. It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you.
Oh shit.
Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide. Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
Damn.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
Ooh, such as. Ota had no incentive to kill Renju.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
True. Ota had no incentive to kill Shoko. He didn't know about
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years.
He didn't
Ota
even know.
knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
What about the polar bear costume?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
Ota's behavior?
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice-cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
I am.
Oh, I know that.
Well,
Ota could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice-cutting machine.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yes, really.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Why are you being mad sus, Bossu?
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice-cutting machine. And then...
Then, who is the culprit?
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
Okay, Bossu. I think it's Mayumi, because it's the knife. Ota's mother, Mayumi.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president... Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
Maybe Hitomi? Maybe Hitomi?
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates. And she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
MoMA? It can't be Mizuki. It doesn't make
Renju and
sense.
Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras. But there's no connection to Iris.
So Sejima.
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Me.
I know Renju and Shoko. And I'm connected to Iris. But I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No, now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer. I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I don't want to say Mizuki because I know it's not. I don't want to say Mizuki.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota, too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit. To get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Bossu. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, we're going back to the storage warehouse. Air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. Alright, let's see. Blood here. Is this Ota's blood? Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
Okay. Nothing in it. Empty. Okay. Any progress?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream.
Ooh.
All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research.
Okay.
As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Right.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually.
You gave it up.
Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
Correct.
The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died.
Okay.
Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management.
Got
In
it.
short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
Video camera and laptop used for stream. Okay. We know that for sure.
Right here.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
True.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
Okay. Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was ferociously put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice
But
machine.
why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
All right.
This forklift, it does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
This thing right here is a clue right here. That ice is gone, but everything else is good. So what the fuck?
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
Particularly. I fucking know there's something up with the fucking forklift, man. Let me know if you find anything. I let them know, then left the warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Uh-oh.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So,
Because of
if I
Renji.
can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The
boss.
boss was there. I
Also,
couldn't speak openly in front of her. So I decided to meet you here.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
okay.
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer
Classic
could not
anime.
have committed these
Classic
crimes.
anime, okay. Gotta show the fucking
Let me explain
flashback.
why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer.
Oh shit.
Although, it's more accurate to say killers.
Wait,
More
what?
than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Oh shit.
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Wait, what? Who is the murder psychopath?
He was
89?
born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
Or sex.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute, His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means.
Right.
Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins
Okay.
performing a certain action.
Killing
What
someone.
was it?
Stabbing?
Murder.
Okay. It was just straight up
Dopamine
killing.
is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
Yeah, serial
It's
killer.
slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure.
I see.
He was 12 when he took his first life. That
Wait, what?
enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
But who was it? 12? It has to be someone Iris's age.
That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am
See.
unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You
Can't
really
s-
have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Okay, so let me get this straight. There's two killers. Rohan was not the one that kills them. He was the one that takes out their eye. So he takes out their eye first, and then there's someone else that kills him. That kills the girls. They're they're saying it's probably a guy, but he's young. So that must mean that he has to be 18 at the moment because his first kill was at 12. So and this was 6 years. 6 years ago. I know that the kid has to be 18 now, or the guy has to be 18 now, because what's her name is 18. Aset, fucking Iris, right? So if Iris is 18 and she said she experienced, or she was 12 when she heard about the news, and then Pewter is saying that the kid was 12 when he first killed. The kid has to be 18 right now because it's 6 years later.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead.
Okay.
He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them.
Okay.
He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women.
So this is poor.
He was very
post-mortem.
particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years.
Right.
However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye.
Right.
Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Okay.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were two Cyclops killers.
So that means it could still be
And
me,
one
maybe?
of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Right.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his fourth murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Don't tell me.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Number 89.
killed Shogunadami.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
Okay, so I was wrong in terms of the... I was wrong in terms of... the timeline, I guess. Okay, so... Fuck. Okay, so 89 was the original... But this is the weird thing, right? If Iris said she doesn't know, she just heard, that must mean... I don't think it's 89, dude. I think... Because 89 got shot in the other timeline. But I think that it's just that's one of the things where it was like, that is bound to happen. So he always gets shot, right? Like on some dark shit. Like, you guys ever watch Dark from Netflix? Go watch it now. Fuck my stream, just go watch Dark. But it's like on some dark shit where that is the ultimate, like that is the ultimate like thing that happens. Like it happens in every timeline, right? So that has to happen. It's like ideal. So he gets shot, and then Hitomi finds him, and then they start dating. But I don't know when that timeline is the real question. When is the timeline of the Cyclops killer versus Hitomi and 89 dating? Because to me, or at least the way they were saying it, is that he actually found joy in being with Hitomi. But Hitomi is saying that like he was like framed, it wasn't him. So I'm assuming Rohan came into the... Oh, here we go. Maybe it's Rohan came into the house, was like, yo, we need a kill. He said, no, I'm done killing because I'm fucking with Hitomi. He says, fuck you. Tries to shoot 89. Ends up grazing Hitomi. But then the person who actually grazed Hitomi was 89. And then 89 shoots and kills... shoots and kills fucking what's his name, Rohan, and then gets caught with murder, so he goes behind bars. But I don't know if 89 is actually the original Cyclops killer. Maybe he is. We don't know. It would explain Iris's fucked up history. Let's go to the Matsushita Diner. Check this real quick. Chat, don't fucking spoil it. If you're fucking confused like me, just keep lurking. It was so it was so quiet. I felt like I could hear it. Whatever. Stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. Oh, here we go. Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Why would you describe it like that, Date? What's wrong with you? Alright, let's see. Let's go fuck around with the okay, kitchen. Yeah. There's a counter. Yeah. Hit the chopsticks up. Yeah. Menu. Yeah. Condiments. Okay. Swinging door. No problem. Chair. Kid seat. Chair. Yeah. Slips. Yeah. Low table. Okay. Menus. Wait, what? Tanzaku paper. Beer on the... Oh, fucking idiot. Says good luck. Lucky cat. What's this? Window? What's that? Tissues? How come I can't click on it? Calendar? It's November, but the calendar says January. Looking closely at it, even the year is wrong. This is old. Oh shit. My boom mic is off. Hold on. Okay, sorry. An old calendar wall. It says November, but it's January. Okay. Sorry to interrupt. You want to talk about it? About Ota.
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris, my boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now.
Alright,
Did you not hear me?
Alright.
I said leave!
Give me a chance to leave. Damn.
Date, let's go.
Okay.
She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright. Alright. Let's go to Marble.